Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Eddie Rice from Rohe Cycling, and I can't wait to share this MyWhoosh update with you. Lots of cool enhancements both from a technical capacity and gameplay, but the really cool and exciting thing is the introduction of two new worlds. We've got California, USA, and Hudayriat in the UAE. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly and I've not completely bastardized with my dodgy Scottish accent. So with the introduction of these two new worlds, it's going to give us 120 plus kilometres of new worlds to explore, with a mix of fictional routes and real GPX based routes as well. So going right into California, USA, we have roughly about 60 kilometres of new roads there. California is divided into routes that cover cities, tropical climates, dense forest areas, and deserts as well. So there's 3 sprints and 5 climbs spread over the 8 different map areas. The 8 map areas include Alcatraz AWOL, which is fairly flat. We've got Area 52, again, that's based out in the desert, it's fairly flat as well. Coast and Country, which has got a kind of few lumps and bumps in there. We've got Downtown LA, which has got punchy climbs. Golden Gate Bridge, fairly flat. Mount Grizzly, which again is like kind of rolling terrain, lots of kind of hills to climb there as well. We've got the Hollywood Hills, which includes a 3.3 kilometre climb, reaching at about 200 metres, I believe. And then last but no means least, San Francisco Spin. I did log on this morning and I went and done the Hollywood Hills session myself. Absolutely loved it. The gameplay was beautiful. The graphics were on point. They were fantastic. And the guys in MYWhoosh have really done a fantastic job here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share a little kind of teaser for people who have not seen it yet to give you an insight into what it looks like. So I think you'll agree with me, that looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? Could not wait to get my hands on the update and apply it and get playing that new world straight away. So next up we've got the Hudayriat Island, the UAE. This is a mixture of kind of fairly flat routes, but the really exciting thing about here is we've got a velodrome. I mean, this is something that's been missing from Zwift for a long time. It's been in a few different other platforms, like Indie has one as well. I think there's a lot of potential here for doing some really cool, exciting racing on that velodrome. This is where they're introducing real routes based on exact GPX data. They've got a fictional dust track, climb and a velodrome. They've got lots of stuff going on here. So we've got the octopus loop, the Hudayriat outer loop, the sprint, and the ascent. So most of them are based around kind of flat routes, a few punchy climbs, with the exception of the ascent, the Hudayriat ascent, which has got a bit of a climb in it as well. So this one's for the sprinters. I haven't explored it yet. Can't wait to have a deep dive into it and get looking at all the different routes and racing on them as well. So here's a quick teaser video for the Hudayriat route as well. Sorry for the dodgy dancing, guys. That's about as good as it gets for Scottish people doing a wee jig. Um, so you can really see there's been a hell of a lot of investment here from the guys in MyWhoosh, and to me, it's paying off because not only from a visual standpoint, but going into the engagement and the technical details as well. So some of the technical updates that you'll see here is we've now got video on demand and live coaching support on the Apple TV, which is great for everyone who's on Apple TV. It's just an easy way to get into doing online racing. You don't need a laptop, you just plug it into your screen and away you go. So you can enjoy the VOD and live coaching on Apple TV, so you can enjoy these coach-led workouts on any of your favorite platforms as well. They've also got the introduction of sponsored jerseys for your events. So if you're an event organizer like OTR Events, you can have your jersey up there and you can share it so people can race for that as well. Experience the thrill of Chase the Race. So these Chase the Race races means you can race against riders of similar abilities to you in the premium race events. So each group of riders will be given a head start over the stronger riders in the race, and the first one to cross the finish line basically is the winner. So it's almost like a scratch race, which is great. So if you do a lot of kind of club runs or club races, you'll know that when you go along to these in real life events, you've got Cat 4, Cat 3, they're usually grouped together, and then the Cat 2 and Cat 1s are grouped together as well, and the Cat 4s and 3s will set off before the Cat 2s and the 1s, and it's up to them to chase through it. It just makes it for a more fair race, really. And on the right hand side, you can see the coaching and the video on demand stuff as well. So next up, we've got some other of the really cool features that are being released as well. We've got the MyBunch 24. This is kind of like a pace partner, which is similar to that you'll see in Zwift. So you can ride with your desired pace group whenever you want. Choose the group of bot riders with the predefined watts that they'll be riding at for the speed. When you select them, you'll be teleported directly to that MyBunch group. There's a buffer of about 60 seconds, which allows you to kind of build up your speed and get used to hitting that particular wattage, so you don't get dropped straight away. And the lifelike bots mimic the behaviour of real riders for realistic riding experience. So when they're going uphill, they'll maybe push it a little bit harder. When they're going downhill, they'll kind of take it off a little bit as well. But this is great if you just want to go and ride 300 watts, 200 watts. Just go and join this MyBunch ride, and you can just ride along at your heart's content 24/7. Retrieve your ride data with a data recovery system. This is fantastic, right? There's been a lot of times where perhaps you've been midway through, or you've lost connection, or something's happened that way that you've not been able to save anything. Well, what this will allow you to do is, if any unexpected crashes happen, any connection drops, you can recover that ride and then restore it and then upload it to whatever platform you want to put it to as well. There's also an offline mode. So this is really cool, right? This means that essentially if you get a dropped connection or your internet drops or something happens, the game shifts into an offline mode. So what that means is you'll continue riding and drop back in accordingly to the progress once you've made a reconnection to that race again. Now, all gameplay apart from multiplayer elements such as drafting, nearby list and segments will work in the game as well. So you can carry on regardless, knowing that even if your internet drops, you can still play in the game and the game records what's going on. And then when you come back in when you've got an internet connection, you come back into where you're left off. So none of your ride is lost. So it's great for instance if this happens, then it means that no ride information is lost when you want to upload into Strava as well. Now, this is something I think is really an absolute game changer. This is something that's going to, and I don't use that word a lot, but I think this is really, really, really cool, and it will help bring people from other platforms into the MyWhoosh world. So what the data migration does is it allows you to take all of the data and all of your rides from different platforms like Strava, Zwift, Trainer Road, Reovery, Be Cool, all those other platforms that you've been in. You can import that data that you've done. So how far you've rid, what kind of rewards you've done, distance, your level within the game, how many meters you've climbed. All that information is brought into MyWhoosh, and you can use that in MyWhoosh then once it's verified. So that means you're not starting MyWhoosh from scratch, having to build up all your points and all your coins. You can then import your data, and you'll get the associated coinage that you can spend on getting the new bike, getting the new top, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of puts people off joining in because they'll have to start from scratch when they can pull all this data in from other platforms and apply it to their profile within MyWhoosh. So to me, that is just an absolute game changer and completely brings down any barrier to entry within MyWhoosh as well. Because not only have they improved the fact that you don't need a high-spec gaming machine now, they're actually making sure that when you join, you're actually not starting like a newborn baby and starting from scratch again. So all the stuff and all the effort that you've put into, like says Zwift, and you're on level 40, you can incorporate that into MyWhoosh now as well. Some of the other cool things that they're doing within the gameplay is within the garage expansion. So we've got new bikes, new wheel sets, new gloves, jerseys and helmets. What you can see here on the right hand side, something else that's really cool is the introduction of in-play or in-game points. So you can pay money to get these little kind of power coins, and you can use these power coins to purchase stuff or to upgrade or whatever as well. Now it hasn't been released yet, but it is about to be released. Now that's only for people who want to spend money. MyWhoosh, from what I've heard, will always be free. You can see the coins there on the right hand side of that image where there's 13,983. These are coins that are earned within the game, but you can also buy using these power coins or whatever they're called at a later date once it's been released. So they have got some new collaborations with Van Rysel, VeloKicks, Cycon, Swisside and BMC. So these are all organisations that they've partnered with, and you can see them in the garage. So we've got the new Van Rysel RCR bike that's in that garage now as well. We've got some Van Rysel kits, and we've got the VeloKick shoes that people can wear as well. So again, this is just it's making sure that MyWhoosh is establishing itself as a kind of strong key player within the indoor cycling world as well. So hopefully that's been a great update for you guys. It's given you an insight into what is now available, what's new, what's cool. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. Have you had a go on any of the routes that are in the new world of California and Hudayriat? I'd love to hear your feedback on that too. Let me know what you think of that data migration. Is it something that's going to pull you over? Is it something that's tempting you? I know I'm certainly going to do it now because I'd like to get my coins up so I can start buying some new TT bikes and some new kit as well. So really excited to see where this is going. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you on the other side, guys. Thank you.